know what, entrepreneur? It is time. It is time for you to take that book idea that you've been carrying around with you from year after year out of your mind and birth it into the reality and the existence of this world. You want to know why? 2025 is going to be everything when it comes to the literary industry and publications. It really will be. As a matter of fact, did you know 99% of the entrepreneurs who start their books, they never finish? And that is why I am here. My name is Lynette Renee Dobie, and I'm an Amazon best-selling ghostwriter, and my aim is to get my clients from the 99 to the 1% by helping them complete their manuscript. So, if this seems like it's of interest to you, then go ahead and hit subscribe, hit that bell notification, and like this video. Once you do those things, you'll be notified whenever I have new content on or if I go live, because maybe we'll do like a co-writing session or two. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in that. And as you think about that, go ahead and hit that button and I will wait, because it's very important. I don't want you to miss anything. All right, thank you so much. So let's go ahead and get into the content of this video. So I was watching a video that was done about a year ago by the incomparable Myron Golden, and it was entitled How to Write a Best-Selling Book. And I'll go ahead and put it in the description so you too can check it out. But what was so interesting was, even though the video was made a year ago, everything was germane to today. And I wanted to even add some additional things because the landscape of the industry is changing. Everything's always changing and evolving. And I want to make sure that you are in the know. So let's go ahead and start with 2024. You can't make this up. The literary industry, I was about to say agency, the literary industry made a whopping $91.98 billion globally. That was, it's astronomical. So if it made that in this year, or it's slated to make by year's end in a couple of weeks, imagine what it's going to do in 2025. And the reason for that is because the independent publishing landscape has completely turned the industry every which way but a loose. So many people, no matter what your subject is, whether you're writing fiction or nonfiction, you can self-publish now, and it gives you the power to create whatever sort of content that you want. So why not be a part of that? I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. I don't know, something about 91.98 billion kind of gets me excited. So that's number one. So the second thing I want to talk about is, if you do intend to go ahead and write your book, there's some key things that I think that you need to know, or that you should do. I would suggest you do. You can do whatever you'd like. Number one, I suggest you set an intention for what you want the book to do for you and what you want it to do for your reader. Sure, you can write whatever you like. You don't have to have an intention with it, but why would you do that? Because if you're going to invest your time and your money, depending on which publicating or production route you choose to go, you want to ensure that it's intended to help someone or to further your career, whatever it is, just have an intention. Number two, I would definitely urge you to understand the industry. I can't tell you how many times people come to me, they're like, hey, tell me about ghostwriting. Even though Google exists, even though there are many different ways that they can look up this information, but they want to hear it from me, I would advise you not to be like those people, because I bet they're probably in that 99% of people who don't finish their publication. But understand what this game is, because like anything else, it is a game, it is an industry, it is driven, as you could hear, by sales, 91.98 billion to be exact globally. So you want to make sure you understand the landscape of this industry before you decide to go ahead and write your book and get it published. Because, contrary to popular belief, those are two different processes. Let me know if you want me to do a video about that, and I'll explain it in further detail to you. Okay, next, after you have determined those things, then you definitely want to move into how you want your book produced. Are you comfortable with writing it yourself? Do you have the time to write it yourself? Most importantly, do you have the ability to write it yourself? Or would you be comfortable with a hybrid sort of deal? And what I mean by hybrid is maybe you could write a chapter and you could have someone like myself, a writing consultant, a writing coach, look over it and kind of guide you to get your manuscript completed. Or do you completely want to have someone do it for you? You're like, no, I don't have the time, I don't have the ability, I'm not a writer. Then that can be done as well. You can hire a ghostwriter. So know which way you want to go, and each option Know this, each option is going to have its different monetary commitment, it's going to have its different time commitment, but just again, that goes with the research, right? Research and figure out what is the best way for you or best means for you. Next, I'm just looking at my notes. Don't launch your book cold. And when I say that, I mean you want to warm people up. I'll never forget, I created a digital product and I was so excited about it. And I launched to crickets because I hadn't been doing what I needed to do in terms of the marketing. I wasn't here on YouTube touching the people who do follow me, and thank you so much for still rocking with me. I wasn't involving or engaging with them. I wasn't posting as much as I should have been on LinkedIn. So when my offer came out, I was excited, but it was like literally crickets because no one knew me enough to say, hey, I'll take 10 of them right now. So I don't want that to happen to you. Start your marketing efforts now. One of the things that I love to do, I did one today. I do workshops. I educate people about the beauty of writing because I find people find it just as intimidating as public speaking. So that's the way I put myself out there. Find the best way for you to market yourself and go ahead and start those efforts because you do not want to spend all your time and money into an effort and it falls flat. Another important factor that you want to make sure that you do is understand what you're writing about. A lot of people make books or content that's interesting to them, but no one else in the marketplace wants it. And it does happen. Even though it can be a niche subject, there may be 10 or 15 people, but if you're using this to build your visibility, you want a hot subject and you want to make sure that you have content that people want. So that's very important. And then lastly, once you've done all of those different factors and you've determined your intention, what you're writing, for whom you're writing, which sort of development process you want to go into, whether it's writing it on your own, hybrid, or having a ghostwriter, then you want to go ahead and take action. That's my last and final step. Don't sleep on this information. If you've had a book in you for years, it's going to nag you until you birth it into existence. So if you want to talk more about your individual project and how you can get it birthed into the world and how it can help take your visibility of your brand or your company to the next level, contact me on www.rightwayconsulting.net. And then that way we can talk about your individual project and see if we're aligned to work with each other. All right, that's literally all I have. I told you I wasn't going to take too much of your time, but 2025 is your year. And if you agree, contact me and we'll make something happen. I look forward to hearing from you. Take care and happy holidays.